Hey guys, welcome back. So today let's talk about the new Chanel Spring Summer 21 collection. There are some really pretty handbags as well as really cute SLGs and some shoes. So let's talk about what we think of these. The other thing that I want to discuss today is the Chanel game. I know it's not officially a thing that Chanel does, but have you guys noticed that lately it is increasingly difficult to get some popular handbags from a Chanel boutique because they are reserved for their VIPs and other clients that shop higher end categories from Chanel, which is starting to sound awfully similar to the infamous Hermes game. So I wanted to open a discussion about that. So if you guys have any insight on the topic, do share them in the comments below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Isabelle. I do new videos on luxury fashion and mindful shopping. So if that is your cup of tea, I would love it if you consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this. So without further ado, let's get started with Chanel's new collection. If you guys haven't noticed, I am a huge handbag lover, so I'm gonna start on handbags as usual. So I noticed there are a few really cute mini bags that they've released this season. So let's start with the very first one that I see on here. This one is a seasonal mini-sized flat bag, which looks quite classic still. It's got a very classic look to it in the crumpled lambskin with gold tone metal hardware. I do like the idea of crumpled lambskin on this bag because lambskin is prone to scratches, and the fact that it has a bit of a textural finish to it would probably hide scratches and wear and tear a little bit better, I think. I've never owned anything in the materials, so I can't speak for 100%. And this handle is rather cute. You can see how the metal links form the CCs. So that is what the handle looks like. And it comes with a shoulder strap that's got the leather tab on it with a back pocket. So although it is a seasonal bag, it does have a lot of classic elements to it, which I like. But to be really honest, I'm not really sure if I like that handle. The handle looks proportionally a little bit too thick for this mini size handbag, so not a fan. Comes in white as well, which is really fresh. But again, the handle just looks a little bit too chunky for the size of the bag. And this bag retails for 6,800 Australian dollars. I'm sorry guys, but not a fan of the price. Next up is the actual classic mini rectangular flat bag with the top handle. I do like this one a lot more than the seasonal mini flap that we just had a look at, just because the proportions look a little bit better to me. So the handle is not so overwhelming for the size of the bag. So I do generally like the details of the bag. It is literally like your mini rectangular flap with an extra element of the handle. The only difference is that the shoulder strap is actually, it seems to be attached to the bag, so it doesn't go through the grommets. So I don't think you can adjust the length of the shoulder strap, so not a fan of that. But overall, I do like the aesthetics of it. This bag retails for 6,300 Australian dollars, which I think is a much better pricing because it does have more of a classic look to it. So if I'm spending over 6,000, I would much prefer to buy one of these classic mini bags with the top handle over such a seasonal looking bag. But you know what guys, I don't really think I really like the handle on a mini bag. It really doesn't need a top handle being such a small bag. So yeah, now I'm really thinking I'm not a fan of the whole handle detail. What do you guys think? Do you love it? It is a nice idea for sure. It comes in several different colors. So it comes in that beautiful metallic silver, a black, which is always classic, and metallic gold as well. So there's some fun colors and they're all generally quite classic colors. So I do like that. But yeah, I'm not really sure whether the top handle thing really goes with a mini bag silhouette. Next up is this small hobo bag. Really not sure about the aesthetics of this bag. I just don't like how the top tapers up like that as well. To be really honest, to me, this bag does not look like it is worth $6,300. It looks rather cheap. Now let's go to the next bag, which is this adorable mini drawstring bag. I actually think it is really cute. But it is also a bit of a novelty bag in my opinion, because I think this is really small. So it measures 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters. For reference, the height of this phone is almost 15 centimeters tall. So this bag is actually 12 centimeters, which will be around there. But being an open top bucket bag, I'm sure you can just have your phone sticking out. You guys know that one of my deal breakers when it comes to buying a handbag is if it doesn't fit my phone, it's just a deal breaker for me because I do want the option of being completely hands-free. I know some people don't mind carrying the phone on their hands and carrying a really tiny mini bag, but for me, I like the option of being completely hands-free. But guys, do you know what I love? I love that bottom bit there. how it's got the vintage looking CC logo sort of stitched there. I absolutely love that detail. That is so cute. Really don't mind these pearl details across the quilting on the body of the bag, and that strap is so cute with that little CC logo charm. And the price, again, it seems like all of their bags are at least $6,000. So yeah, it seems like for me, for such a small bag, I don't think I want to shell out that much money. Moving on, there are a couple more drawstring bags that are quite cute as well. Let's take a look at this one. This one's super cute as well. I love the drawstring closure with the CC clasp there. You actually press on the CC clasp to adjust the drawstring there. So I love the mechanics of that. And it's got the classic quilting with the pearl chain. I do tend to think that maybe the pearl chain won't be such a comfortable thing to put on your shoulder because it might just keep rolling. I'm not sure though. And it is also pretty hard. So yeah, not sure. Could be comfortable because it is such a small bag. And again, it's got the CC logo stitched on the bottom that makes it look quite vintage. I love that. Ooh, this one's a lot cheaper. This is 4,810 Australian dollars, and it is exactly the same size as the other one, 12 by 12 by 12 centimeters. I'll be open to going into the store to try this, and it is definitely not a compromise on price because I actually really love that drawstring clasp there. So yeah, I'd definitely be open to this. And it comes in a few really gorgeous colors. So it comes in the white one. You guys know that when I vlogged at Chanel while they had the 21P collection out, I was looking at this white drawstring bag that I just adored, but I left it there because it was so pricey. It was 7,700 Australian dollars or so. But this one, at this sort of price with the same drawstring clasp, I'll be completely open to try this. So I might actually go in and see how much the phone sticks out because it does have a round shape to it. So once I put the phone and the phone tilts to one side, it may actually be okay. Let's go to a couple of other bags. I'm not a huge fan of this classic evening bag. Looks a bit too harsh, that contrast. Oh, it's like plastic. It looks like a bit of a novelty item. It's cool, but not for me. And it says price upon request, so it could cost you probably an arm and a leg. And there's this cute perforated bag. Is this perforated? This, I'm also not sure. It's very similar to the other evening bag that we just looked at. Also price upon request, so it's probably quite pricey. Oh, and this season we have an iridescent white classic rectangular mini. I love this color. They did have a very similar color last season, I think, or maybe 2 seasons ago. I saw some wallet on chains in this iridescent white finish, and you guys know how much I love their classic mini bags. So this, I am sure only VIPs can get, and there's already like a huge wait list for us. So yeah, even though I like it, I'm sure I won't be able to get it unless I get it through a personal shopper or something like that. And then there's just one more. So this embellished classic handbag looks really cool. It reminds me of that Prada re-edition crystal bag that I first saw on Cassie's channel, Cassie Thorpe here on YouTube. Her Prada re-edition bag with crystals all over is what this bag reminds me of in Chanel's own classic way. So this is probably a little bit less funky and trendy than that bag. Beautiful. This one retails for $13,270. I mean, that is the price of a Birkin 25. So I am definitely not yet there with my Hermes collections. I probably prefer to do that before I ever invested in something like this from Chanel. But this is definitely one of a kind. And I am not sure whether something like this will be difficult to get, but definitely beautiful. I am sure these crystals look amazing in person. Now, let's move on to the SLGs. Alrighty. Ooh, cute. I can see a lot of cute little SLGs that come with a chain. So all of you out there minimalists that don't mind not fitting your phone in your handbag can probably go for one of these cute SLGs with a chain and use it as a handbag. But by looking at the size of all of these little new SLGs with a chain, I don't think there'll be anything for me personally, but they're so cute. Look at this cute little card holder on a chain with that Chanel pearl detail. It is absolutely adorable, and it is iridescent caviar in that beautiful green color, and it definitely has a bit more of a width to it than your regular card holder, so you can probably fit a couple other items. And these SLG little handbags are still quite reasonably priced for Chanel, so this one retails for just under 2,000 Australian dollars. Next, there are a few of these really cute small vanity bags with a chain. I know these are way too small for me as well, but I've seen some lookbooks with the models carrying this with a very resorty outfit. It looks so edgy and on point. And look, cute! It also comes with a little lipstick holder and priced quite well for Chanel as well, for something that you can actually use as a handbag. So 2,650 Australian dollars, not bad. And there is another type of this small vanity with a chain type of a bag, and this one's super cute with a top handle as well, but it does look a little bit smaller. Oh, actually it is very similar size, but looks like a slightly more rectangular shape, but it looks a little bit more squishy. To be honest, like I said, a top handle on a bag that is this small is not really my favorite type of a look, but at least with this one, the size of the handle and the size of the bag are kind of in proportion. So a tiny bag and a tiny handle, so this one's really cute. And there seems to be a white one, a silver one as well. And scrolling back up, there is another really cute card holder on a chain, but the pearl chain. There's a round pouch on a pearl chain as well, and another classic looking card holder on a chain, and even a card holder lanyard looking thing on a chain. Personally, I'm not really a fan of any of these. Before we move on to the discussion of the Chanel game, let's have a look at the new season shoes. So there are some interesting looking shoes. I haven't really had a look before I filmed, so let's have a look together for the first time. So there are these sandals. Very befitting as it is a part of a spring-summer collection, which, you know, is very weather appropriate. Looks comfortable, kind of. They have mid-size block heels, which are always comfortable and easy to walk in, but I'm not sure how the whole strappy bit at the front will go on your feet. I feel like these little straps could be digging into your feet if you don't have the narrowest fit. Overall, nothing special to them. I mean, they don't really look like they're anything extra or special. They've got the little Chanel metal charms on the heels at the back, but apart from that, really nothing spectacular there, so I wouldn't be spending my money on something like that. They've done their classic slingbacks in the lower heel height in the denim material. Interesting, very befitting again for the spring-summer season. Not a fan of that color. It's not a very nice pink in my opinion. And then it comes in this sort of turquoise blue as well. Ooh, love this color. Very nice for summer. I think it'll look really nice with like some white pants or even like a denim skirt or something like that. But in general, I do like the contrasting cap toe color. So I'm not a huge fan of how everything is in the one color. And I'm also not sure how the denim material will wear on the feet. So yeah, not a fan. Next up, this is the high heel version of the very first pair of shoes that we looked at. They're under 10 centimeters and the heel is more of a thicker heel. So it might actually be quite comfortable to wear. And I don't think your feet will slip out towards the front because the shoe is kind of closed at the front, and I do like how they have a bit of a platform to them. They actually look quite intricate. So yeah, I actually really like them. So if you're someone who wears high heels a lot, I think these are probably worth it. And then these ones, they don't look like anything that you should be buying from Chanel. They look pretty average. Ooh, these are cute. So again, because Coco Chanel really believed in comfortable shoes for women, all of their heels seem to be designed with comfort in mind. So the block heels again. But you know what I don't really love about them? The fact that you have two strap buckles. This is going to be really annoying. That is just too much work. Even one buckle is sometimes just really like, I can't be bothered for. So two buckles is just, yeah, a deal breaker for me. So no thanks, just too annoying. Ooh, and then there are some mules, or loafers, I should say. These, I'm not a huge fan of loafers because I feel like they look a little bit masculine, but I know loafers are really in and they have been in forever. Those Gucci loafers have been in forever, and I know the Prada loafers are doing really well. They're really trendy at the moment, and Chanel's doing their own take on this sort of a masculine loafer look. And yeah, I do like them, but I am just not a loafer person. But if you are, these are really nice to consider. And they've done their loafers in this sort of shiny braided goatskin material with all these holes yeah, really don't like holes in my things, so I'm not a huge fan of this, but I'm sure these will keep your feet cooler than the full leather version. But wow, they're actually 2,650 Australian dollars. Yeah, no. That might be because there's more workmanship or details involved, but yeah, definitely not my kind of a thing. So yeah, that's it for shoes. Out of all of them, I think I'm really interested in the mini drawstring bag, so I'm definitely gonna go check them out. Now, let's talk about this whole phenomenon of a Chanel game. So for those of you who have been shopping Chanel for a long time may have noticed this as well. And some of you may actually think that this always existed, but it seems like in the recent years, it is becoming more and more obvious and apparent. So what I'm referring to when I say the Chanel game is that it is becoming increasingly difficult to get your hands on a popular handbag or an SLG item, such as a mini flap bag in a beautiful seasonal color, or a very hot SLG with a chain that you can use as a handbag in a very desirable colorway in, say, a Chanel unicorn color. I do find that these items are just impossible to get as an average person now. So every time I go into a boutique and ask an SA whether they've got one of these bags in stock, or if they're getting any, or if I could put my name down for it, all their responses in the last few months have been, yes, we are getting them, but they've already been allocated, in that exact tone. So translation in plain English, I feel like it means, no, you're not a VIP at our boutique. So they have been allocated to people that have been spending a lot more money at Chanel. This seems to be the case. So if you're someone who shops their ready to wear, like clothing, their fine jewelry and watches, you will be their VIP. And when any of these unicorn bags arrive, you will be able to get your hands on one. But if you're an average person like me who just occasionally goes in to buy a bag here, an SLG there, you're no longer anyone important to them. And I get it, it's just business, but it is just an observation that it is becoming really more difficult to be able to get a bag that you like. So that is why I was thinking it's like the Hermes game. You guys know, unless you live in a country like France, like in Paris or some states in the US, you might be able to get an offer for a Kelly or a Birkin from your Hermes boutique without building an extensive purchase history. But for the most of the world where these bags don't get distributed to as much, or if there are a lot of shoppers that want these desirable bags, you do need to build up a relationship with an SA at Hermes and build your sort of purchase history. So I felt like when I asked for a couple of mini classic flaps, from the responses I got from Chanel, I felt like, you know, it was one of those situations where you kind of have to get to know an SA, spend some money with that SA and build your purchase history, and they might be able to look after you and find the things that you might be after. The reason I'm discussing this with you today is that I feel like even prior to last year, so even just say a year and a half ago, I really feel like it wasn't this bad because I was still shown a lot of very popular handbags by SAs, and I wasn't a VIP ever because I never bought their ready-to-wear fine jewelry or anything like that, and I only occasionally bought bags. As an example, you guys remember that unicorn iridescent pink classic flat bag color? I'm not sure if it came in a mini, but it came in a small classic flat, a medium large classic flap. I remember just walking into a boutique and my sales associate just showed them to me like on the floor, and that color I know was a unicorn color from back in that season. But yeah, I was at least shown it, I was given the opportunity to buy it, and it used to happen a lot with a lot of mini bags too that came in some really beautiful colors. I had the opportunity to buy them. I obviously didn't buy all of them, but now it seems like it is just so impossible to even be shown one, and every time I ask, I feel like the response is very cold. But I feel like sometimes it's even worse than an Hermes game because it's not even a known thing. Like, how do you even build a Chanel sales associate relationship? And also, I don't think I want Chanel bags that badly enough to, you know, go through that whole thing. I know I might be biased because I do have a Birkin and a Kelly bag from Hermes, but their craftsmanship is literally unparalleled. You can really feel the quality. So for me, it's like a piece of artwork that is actually made by an artist. Whereas with a Chanel bag, I know they are still machine made, somewhat mass produced. So For something like that, I'm not willing to play a game and offer one of these bags. Yes, there are beautiful colors, but you know what? Even if you really want a bag, after a bit of time passes, I mean, it's just a thing. Like, you know, you don't really need it, so then you tend to forget about it. So when I know the craftsmanship is not even there, I'm not willing to play that game. So don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Chanel styles and really respect the house because of, you know, the total look that they can do. I mean, their ready to wear is just so fun and funky, but classic at the same time, which is very difficult to do because sometimes at Hermes, I feel like a lot of their ready to wear can be a little bit old lady like. Some pieces I love and some pieces are fun, but on the majority I feel like Chanel ready to wear is a lot more sort of fun. They do beautiful costume jewelry, they do beautiful shoes, so I just really feel like Chanel nailed the total house look. So I absolutely love that and respect that. But for me, an average working girl who works really, really hard, I just cannot justify, you know, building that sort of spending history to get a machine-made bag, if that makes sense. That is just my 2 cents on the whole Chanel game. This is just my speculation and just my observations, so big disclaimer here. But yeah, I'm definitely not a seasoned Chanel shopper, so I really can't tell you that this is what happens. But if you guys have more insight on the topic, I'd love to hear what you have to say as well. So let's have a bit of a discussion. So do leave your insights in the comment section. Anyway, that is everything for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending some of your precious time with me today. And I can't wait to see you again soon in my next video. Bye, guys.